And the n here is also part of the object. We'll do later when we do that, but I can show you really quick what that does. The n means, if you remember, I'm not sure, SQL Server, right? It's an n there too, which is very similar. So if I do, for example, I should let obj object is equal to, you know, let's just say name Milo, type. It's a cat or dog? Cat, right? I don't know, something like that. Okay, so if I want to find out if name is part of this object, I can say name in obj, and it will return true or false. Okay, if it's in there or not. So if it's a part of the index, because this first part is the index, or we call the key, right? This is the key, and this is the value. So it's a key value pair, and this is an object of that type. So when you declare object, it's always in this format: key colon value. Okay. So now I'm just checking if this key name inside this object or not, and yes, because it's in there. So if I put like names, then that's false because there's no key called names in there. So the n, basically you just check the properties of that object, because name in this case and type are both properties of the object called obj. Okay, so you can use that to check, make sure something's in there or not. And likewise, I can say array. We'll do this next week. 1, 2. Oh, let's see. 10, 11, 12. Okay. If I do like, is 10 in array or not, and I get a false. Okay. But you say, wait a minute, 10's in there. Okay. Because the idea of the n is that you're actually checking the key or the index, okay, not the value. So this is index 0, index 1, index 2, right, in an array. So if you want to check for index 1, you would say, is there an index of 1 in the array? In this case, yes, because there's 0 and 1, right, the index only. Okay, so same thing here with the object. That's what it means. It becomes useful if you have a long list of objects. And you see when we learn objects, when we learn like JSON data, this is like a JSON, right? JSON data type. You can check for JSON right here. I remember we're making fun of JSON. And you check for the actual property of that, right? So you can say, oh, if name is an object, if that is true, then therefore I can say obj.name, and that gives me the value, which is Milo. Okay? So objects are really interesting and really fun when we get there.